and it hurts. Luckily, but I can grow them back because I can use magic. I don't think you can.
Can you do magic?
I can do magic, and I'm going to show you what we're about to do. So, my lords and ladies, welcome to Ogglewatch Wizard Tower. This obviously is the top floor and my workshop. My name is Quoth, and I'm one of the Master Wizards here at Kryal Castle. Now, one of my jobs here as a Master Wizard is to concoct fire bombs. Now, we use these in defense of the castle. So, who knows what it means if the castle is under siege? Okay. So basically it means it's under attack, but specifically it means that we are completely surrounded by our enemies, so there's no way out, so we have to drive them off. So what we do is we make these fire bombs. We take them up to the castle arches, and they throw them over the battlements. They smash on the ground into 1,000 pieces, and then these tiny little fire sprites come running out. They run up all over our enemy, but this doesn't kill our enemies, it just scares them. They run away from the castle, and they're like, no, don't go to Kryal, they've got fire sprites! Usually, their teeth, and their teeth are the most powerful part of them. But while they're frozen in stone, their teeth grow back. So when they come back alive, they can still eat their dinner, and it's all fine. But what we actually have now is some gargoyle life essence, and that's what we're going to use to make the fire sprites. So, Charlie, I'm going to get you to put some of this into here. How many teaspoons do you reckon we should use?
I don't know.
Alright, have a guess.
4?
Okay, we'll go on less.
3?
Perfect guess, first try. Excellent. Alright, so put 3 big teaspoons from there into there for me. 1, 2, and 3. Well done. Now I'm going to get you to get one more ingredient for me. So back there on the shelf, down to the left, a little bit lower down, there's a teapot looking thing with a really long, that's the ironing finish, and you got it right. Well done. Bring that over here. Alright, now can you have a smell of that one for me? Tell me what you think it is.
I don't know.
You don't know? What about you? Do you reckon you have a smell of that? Tell me what you think it is.
Lavender.
Lavender?
It smells familiar.
So most people say it smells like vinegar. What it actually is, though, is goblin pea.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. At least I didn't make you taste it. So at the back of the castle, if you've seen all the big trees and stuff, we have a huge forest and it's infested with goblins. Now one of our jobs as wizards is to go up into that forest with a piper, and he has a very special magical instrument. Plays that instrument, we bring all the goblins down, we put them into this great big hall, and then we give them like a warm pillow, a nice blanket, and we sing them a lullaby and they fall asleep. Now, once they're asleep, what we do is we get a bucket of water for each of them, right? And then we get their hand, and we put their hand into the bucket of warm water. Do you know what happens when you do that to a sleeping person? They pee themselves, that is correct. And then we have to go around and collect the pee. Now, my lords and ladies, this is a real trick, so please don't do it to your siblings, do it to your parents. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pour some of that into here. So pour that in until I say stop. Pour, 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 and stop. Well done. So now what we can see is the goblin's pee, the acidity of the goblin's pee reacting with the gargoyle seed, and that's bubbling away there. Now what essentially we have done is we have brought the life essence out of the goblin pee, out of the crushed gargoyle's teeth, and now we have its pure life essence. So that's going to sit and boil away in there for the time being. So thank you so much, Charlie. You can go back around to the front. Let's give Charlie a big hand, being such a good volunteer. Now for the next part of the potion, I'm going to be using a Bunsen burner. Now, if you're doing science at school, this might look a little bit different to the Bunsen burners that you would use at school in science. There, light the hatch. And we're going to light the flame there. So a modern day Bunsen burner is powered by gas. However, our Bunsen burners are powered by dragon saliva, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. So what I have here in this bowl is dragon's ash. Now, when a dragon dies, it bursts into a great big wildfire, and all that remains is ash. Now, who met our dragons on the way into the castle this morning? It was Redruff and Ushnar. Yeah? So we have a really special pact with those dragons, and that is that if a dragon is to die of natural causes around the castle, then we're allowed to go and harvest its ash. Because not only are we protecting ourselves, we're also protecting them. And the second and final ingredient I'm going to be using in the test tube are some goblin's eyes. Now, goblins are about your height, except they have these tiny, beady, red little eyes. Now, I'm not going to tell you how we get them out, except I will tell you that we end up with really bruised shins. So we're going to put some of those into the test tube. Now, my lords and ladies, I have a slight confession to make. As I said, I'm a master wizard, but when I was training to be a wizard, I hated spell classes. Like, they were so boring. I just wanted to stay in bed. I didn't want to go. So I don't know the spell to this part. But you guys look really, really magical. Does anyone know what magic word that we could use all together?
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra? Alright, cool. We'll go with a tried and tested favourite. So on the count of 3, we're all going to start saying abracadabra until we see the reaction happen. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra! Abracadabra! Come on, louder! Abracadabra! Abracadabra! Come on, everybody! Abracadabra! Abracadabra! Keep going! Abracadabra! Abracadabra! Starting to work! Keep going! Abracadabra! 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 Keep going! Oh, well done! Thank you, everyone. And now, very quickly, what we're going to do is we're going to tip that into there, and then what you can see billowing out here is what we call a smoke fiend. Now, if I were to cast the final incantation over the potion at this point in time, we would create one fire sprite. Now, if you're in an army with thousands of people in it, one fire sprite like this big came running out towards you, do you reckon that'd be enough to scare you away? No. So what we need to do is turn that one into thousands. Go out. And what we're going to do to create that is called Dragonstone. Now, Dragonstone cannot be found, it can only be made. And I'm going to show you how to make it. So we're going to take a very special magical fireproof plate and some more dragon ash. We're going to pop the dragon ash in the middle of the plate here, like so. And make. Where do we get the dragon ash?
Yeah.
From dragons. We have to collect it when a dragon dies.
Dragons aren't real animals.
Now what I have in here is dragon saliva. Now I mentioned dragon saliva before. Basically the way we get dragon saliva is 2 wizards have to go out and find a dragon. One is carrying a bucket and the other is carrying a large pig. Does anyone actually know what saliva is? Yeah?
It's in your mouth.
Yeah, it's spit, it's drool. So what we do is we hold up a big pig under the dragon's mouth and it starts drooling and salivating over this yummy pig. And the other wizard has to catch it all in a bucket. And then we're not allowed to go near an open flame for 3 weeks afterwards, otherwise we might catch on fire. Now the final ingredient we're going to be using in this potion is crushed pixie wings. Now once a year, pixies, they shed their wings, but don't worry, they grow them back. They're very hard to find, but we've crushed down into this fine blue powder. So what I'm going to do is pop some of the dragon saliva in the middle of the pile here, and then I'm going to pop some around the outside as well. So my lords and ladies, luckily for everyone here, I remember the magic words to this part of the potion, and they are phosphorus ignitus. Can everyone repeat that? Phosphorus ignitus. Alright, perfect. So on the count of 3, we're going to say that all together, and I'm going to light the pile, and then I'm going to add the crushed pixie wings. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Phosphorus ignitus. Well done. Alright, now as this pile starts to set alight, I need everyone here to look up at my hand. Look up because it's getting very, very bright and this is a legitimate safety concern. Yes, I can see the people at the front doing this. Looking at my hand until it burns out. Shouldn't take too long. Well, it's going for a second round. Good. We'll just wait. That's fine. Come on, hurry up! Hand's getting sore. There we go. All right, so everyone can come and have a look at some now freshly made dragon stone. Ooh, Lisa, where you go? Ooh, thank you, parents. Alright, now what we're going to do is I'm going to crush that up a little bit and I'm going to add it into the potion. And if we've done it right, we should hear a really nice, magical, hissing sound. Perfect. Perfect. Now, what I have to do now is I have to take this up to the upper floor and I have to cast the final incantations over that. But unfortunately, it's very, very dangerous. I can't do it in front of you all. But that's not quite the end. Now, I mentioned before that obviously Dragonstone has really, really strong properties. It can turn one fire sprite into thousands. If you make it out of a sword, if you make a sword out of Dragonstone, it will never ever break. It will stay sharp as dragon talon. In this, I have a piece of Dragonstone and a piece of lavender. Now, Charlie, this is a little present for you for being such a good volunteer. So what this does is if you pop that under your pillow, you'll never have bad dreams again. So long as that wax seal remains intact. If it does come broken, just put a little super glue and just glue it back together. That's your present for being such a good volunteer. My lords and ladies, that is the end of the firebomb demonstration. Thank you very, very much for coming. Now, if you're not heading out straight away, we do have some stuff to have a look at. We've got stuff to buy.